We are live. Let's go. No. Sorry about the shaking, guys. I'm trying to get this focused. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? Four. So if you're watching this on playback, just skip to about 3 minutes, and that's when we're gonna get started. What's going on, Richard? Can everybody hear me clearly? If you can hear me clearly, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. It's hard to like adjust. Really slow, really slow. Yeah, what's today? Mondays are pretty slow for me as well. Some usually later in the day, it gets pretty packed, or I get bombarded with messages. But Thursdays are like my best days. How's everybody doing? I bought a phone today, and look how bad it looks. So I took a chance on this phone. It works and everything, but it's a iPhone 6, 64 gigabytes, and it's messed up. It just needs a new screen. It just looks bad though. Look, check that out. Like the screen is falling off, but you guys can see it works. It's just I took I paid $100 for this. So I took a chance on it. I'm hoping to sell it for 200 for like $70 profit. Hopefully. What else do I got? iPhone 6 unlocked. Hopefully it turns on. The battery, yeah, it's on. Unlocked. Verizon unlocked. Yeah, but just been trying to pick up a lot of phones. I have a lot of phones right now that need to be sold. Altogether, I have about 13 phones that are listed on, 10 are listed on eBay, and a couple more are on Facebook Marketplace. They still haven't sold yet, so I got about $4,500 worth of phones that need to be sold. So, uh, what did you pay for the iPhone 6? I paid $100. Richard says the most I pay for iCloud locked. That all depends on what eBay says. If eBay says um, they're going for a certain price, I just take out the expenses and shipping and go from there. So it's like no set number for like iCloud. There's like no set number. Every phone that I come across, I look it up. I don't have even if I bought a phone and bought the same phone the next day, I still look at the price. So like, if I bought a phone and sold it for a price, I'm just still looking at the price. Only because I don't know what could have happened. Price could have plummeted or what. So every phone I come across, check the eBay sold listings. Do you buy wholesale for resale? Nope, don't buy wholesale. I don't do all that. I just buy locally only. What do you do when buyer then wants to return? If he doesn't read the description, that's his fault. I charge a restocking fee, so my restocking fee is 20%. So I just had a return about a week ago. A guy said he didn't want the phone anymore. He said he decided he didn't want the phone. It was an iPhone SE, and he wanted to upgrade. So I said, okay, that's fine. You can return it, but you're gonna have to pay my restocking fee. So my restocking fee is 20%. So I believe out of I think I sold it for 170. So it was like $30 he had to pay out of pocket to even send it back to me. So that's cool. How long does it take for your phone to sell? Anywhere from a minute to about 3 days. 3 days max. I've had a couple phones that have been sitting for a little bit. That's just because I'll just, I'm not really. I like quick flips, but as of now, I have a lot of phones right now, so I'm just trying to get the most out of these phones. I'm still doing quick flips, but for some phones that I paid a little too much for, I'll just have them little. I'll increase the price a little more, just so I can make up for the mistake that I made of paying too much. So yeah, that's how I handle that. But normally, I'd say like 1 to 3 days is reasonable for that. Any tips to stay safe when meeting with people? Have you had sketchy encounters yourself? Tips. First tip: be smart. Be smart. Money is money. Um, it's paper, so it doesn't really mean too much. It doesn't mean you put your life in danger. I don't care if you're making $1,000 from that sale. Be smart. Don't meet people at their house. Don't meet people in an alley or at night. Midnight. Don't meet people at night on a street corner. That's a great way to get robbed. Meet inside Starbucks. Great place to meet. Gas station. Great place to meet. But if I was to pick one, Starbucks is the number one place. They have free Wi-Fi, so Starbucks is my number one spot to meet. I'm getting messages already. Let me see. Called eBay, said they can help until 4 days to open a case. No problem, Scott. Always meet at dead ends. No. Never meet at dead ends. No problem, no problem. Genuine Luna. Do you use special tactics to negotiate while messaging in the marketplace? Negotiating in the. I have a video of that. Actually have a video. I just uploaded a video about negotiating. Those are the tactics that I use. That reading the person selling you the phone, trying to get a sense of how bad they really need the money and taking advantage of that. And that's pretty much it. It's all through text. Everything's through text. I'm not like speaking to the people, but I know how to put the text together to get them to agree to a price. So, and when people say like they can't get any deals, like Muhammad just said he can't get any deals. I don't get deals that like people don't understand. I'll get 50 messages a day, and will only get 4 or 5 phones. The 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 percentage on that is very low. There's my percentage of getting a phone is very low, but I get, like I said, 4 or 5 phones. If I can average $80 profit on 4 phones, then that's not bad. So that's a $400 day. So don't get down on yourself on not getting deals after 10 messages. That's like I said, the percentage is very low that you'll get deals. But once you start getting the hang of it, you're gonna get deals, man. You're gonna get deals like crazy. So I lost my SIM tray for my Note 5, and I have to use a freaking Galaxy S8 I bought, and these phones are cool, but I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan of these. Too complicated. No home button. No home button I can press. But I've been using this phone for the past couple of days. That's like the perk of having a phone flipping and stuff. You always have phones. I always have phones, so I can use a. I have this phone right here. Let me get it for you. I could use this phone if I wanted. I just bought this a couple days ago. It's unlocked and everything, but so it's cool. You could try phones out and use them until you sell them. So That's the perk about phones. Phone is iCloud lock, so you trust the IMEI number the seller is giving you. Yes, and always check the IMEI number again. I want to make a video on that about just about like do's and don'ts. I'm gonna make a video about that, do's and don'ts, and that's a don't. Richard, don't trust a seller. You know, it sucks to say that, but don't take their word for, but just when you get there, that's when you do your regular checks. Um, and you should know all the checks, Richard. You know how to check different stuff and all that. What else we got? Do you avoid iCloud lock? Can you get in trouble? No. Well, iCloud lock is this. I'm gonna tell you guys this. If you are a beginner, you've only flipped maybe 5 phones. Do not buy iCloud lock. Please don't. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. When I first started, iCloud wasn't even a thing. I was buying Blackberries and Motorola Razors and all that stuff. iCloud was not a thing. So if you're a new account and you're, coming out already selling iCloud lock phones, that's not a good sign for eBay or PayPal. So I suggest you stay away from those right now. Um, I've passed on a bunch of iCloud lock phones. If I can get a deal, like a really good deal, and I know for a fact that it's clean, and not blacklist, then I'll consider buying it. What about bad ESN? Same deal. See, bad ESN. See, the thing is, bad ESN is not. People think, oh, bad ESN means stolen. Just bad ESN could mean the person didn't pay their bill, and most of the bad ESN phones that I buy is of that reason. People forget to pay their bill, or they just don't pay their bill, and then they can't use their phone. That's just how it is. Good image to post. Something similar to what you post. Michael, all that information is in the course. I give people who buy the course 40 different pictures that I've used that have got me great results. So um, what I can say is get a picture. You can create your own ad picture. Get a picture of a phone, put some money around it, and there's your picture. Something eye catching, Uh, I'm not in New York, Michael, so I couldn't really tell you. But New York is pretty crowded, so um, yeah, New York is pretty crowded, so you should do pretty well. And yeah, I do buy bad ESN, but like I said, I'm not gonna buy a iCloud lock phone that's like reported stolen. So if the iCloud status is clean, I'll buy it. Let me see. Hmm. 247. Come on, guys, rapid fire, rapid fire. Do you actively seek baddies? No, I don't actively. I don't actively seek baddies, and my ads say I buy cell phones or buy iPhones. People come to me and say, "Hey, I got a phone, but it's not paid off." Then I'll buy it. If it's not paid off, it's theirs. I can verify it's theirs. They can verify it's theirs. Then we're good. You know. Let me see. Stuff like that. That's just like small stuff. I almost bought a 6S from a seller that was iCloud locking. When I checked it, they put a gold SIM in. Notice, yeah, some people try to get over on you, man, but it's part of the risk of the business that you committed to, and you just gotta be smart about it. I haven't came across one in a while of someone trying to get over on me, but even if there's like a crack in the phone and they didn't mention it, I'll say, hey, look, man, there's a crack. I'll put them out on it, let them know that you saw it, and that you're aware of, whatever they're trying to do, or, scam they're trying to pull over on you. Tell them you're aware of that, and either you offer them a different price or walk away from the deal. So that's all part of the business, guys. That stuff is like just part of the business, man. It's like you can't really get around stuff like that. There are some people who do have bad intentions, and they're just trying to get over. That's why you gotta be safe. I didn't get that last question. I saw a question from Ryan, but I don't remember what it said. So yeah, like, with stuff like that, just be smart about it. How much profit do you make a month? This month, I don't want to include this. This month's profit, I'll say this month's profit. Well, not this month because it's still early. Last month's profit, I did 6.5, 6.5 on eBay, and around 1,600 on locally. So, 6.5 was. You guys can do the math. I don't want to do the math right now. So yeah, so I do both. I do both locally and um, eBay. So local sales are pretty good. I'll post a phone on locally and on eBay to see which one sells first. But locally has been doing pretty well for me. Yeah, 6,500, Michael. Yeah. Do you always take SIM cards with you? Of course. I have two sets of SIM cards. If I can find it. Uh, where's my bag? Hold on, let me find my bag of SIM cards. I don't have it right now, but I have a bag of SIM cards where I keep everything, all my stuff. So, yeah, I keep everything in bags. As you guys can see, I keep all my phones in bags. Look at that, all my phones in little baggies, and I have the eBay ID number on them just to keep them, organized. So if you guys have a lot of phones, I just keep them in this little tub here, and just if I sell a phone, I'll just say, hey, this is it right here. Let me see. The messages are keep going in and out. Uh, that's really good. I want to get started part time. Yeah, Michael, get started, man. It's a profitable business, man. Just start slow and work your way up. Have you ever hooked up with any chicks that you meet for a deal? No, I don't. I don't know why I get this question so many times. Um, this business, man. You don't do stuff like that when you're a businessman. If you consider yourself a mediocre businessman, then go for it. Um, but I don't. If I'm doing business, I'm doing business. I don't care who it is that I'm meeting up. I could be meeting up with Beyonce. I'm still gonna keep it strict and keep it business like. 'Cause that's your image. Um, Fix screens or never. I don't fix screens at all. Never. I don't fix screens now for my phone flipping business. I am getting into another business that I'm gonna be running as well. That's just hiring somebody to fix screens. So that's just something I'm gonna get started with. I don't fix screens for eBay at all. Um, did you ever get in trouble with the cops in 8 years if you didn't take a slot? I never got in trouble with the cops. I crazy story happened with the cop. I actually, when I was younger, man, I wasn't smart when I was 18, and uh, I wasn't smart. So I bought a phone one time. It was from a kid who actually stole it from his classmate, and I sold the phone to a cop in Alabama. So a cop bought my phone on eBay, and that happened. So did get in trouble. I talked to him for a while, um, and he was like, I told him the situation. I was like, I'm doing this for side money, and I didn't know at all. So sent the phone back to the original owner, And that's how that went. So that's only one time, but that was because I was dumb. I didn't catch the signs of this guy selling me this phone. He was really like pushy, like, hey, here, take the phone, take the phone. So I wasn't smart about it, and it almost, messed things up for me. But never again. That hasn't happened. That's only happened one time. So never again, though, for sure. Uh, do you ever decide on what you're gonna do with your signs you bought? Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the situation in my county of signs and stuff like that. I haven't put them up yet, but I got signs made that says we buy phones or whatever. So I'm gonna be posting them on like putting them on intersections, just as another form of getting my name out there. Not everybody uses Facebook or Craigslist, and they drive. You always see those signs that say we buy houses. So I decided it was a good idea to do that. So I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I'll keep you guys posted on that for sure. Uh, what do you do if someone on the phone on eBay and months later they contact you telling you the phone stopped working? If it's months later, then they're out of the eBay return time frame, I believe. So if it's like 6 months later, then there's nothing you can do about it. How many hours do you work average a day? Hours a day on average. Probably about two, maybe. Two, maybe. Today, I didn't really work today. I've been just been hanging out. Um, didn't really do anything today. Sold a phone. I sold a phone today. That's pretty much it. I just get all I do is I just get messages and then reply to them. It's not really like work for me. It's just like I'll be at home hanging out and then just be answering messages. Well, let me see. That's insane. Yeah, man, that's Michael. It's crazy how you could just make money without doing anything. But I didn't play Division One, unfortunately. But yeah, I am 6'2", 240, so kind of big. Uh, you should do Uber and Lyft in your downtime. I actually thought about doing that. I talked to a couple of Uber drivers around my area, and they don't make that much money. So my area is not. People don't use taxis and stuff like that. They don't really do all that. They don't. It's not like New York or how San Diego would be if I was back in San Diego. It's not the same. So I'm not gonna do Uber or Lyft. Hmm. I got a cell phone place replacing my screens barely above cost because what made you want to move to a new state? Football. I got a scholarship to the College of Idaho in Idaho. So I'm here for school from San Diego, and it's been staying here because it's so cheap. It is so cheap out here. I'm actually gonna be moving to a new place. And my rent is it's 2 bedroom. My rent's gonna be like 850. So it's really like it's really easy to do something out here. To work for yourself out here is really easy. What's your lifts like, bench? Yeah, Mike, this is pretty random. I haven't did any PR type stuff. I'm really into bodybuilding though, as far as like following it and watching it and stuff like that. But as far as you know doing maxing out and stuff like that, I haven't maxed out in years. So not a fan. Not a fan of maxing out. Great way to get hurt. So uh, t- do you buy every cell phone that is offered to you on Craigslist? No, of course not. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ignore your question, but no, I don't. If it's not a good deal, then I'm not gonna take it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bunch of messages from people. See, around this time, people are messaging me because they're getting off of work and they want to meet up. So But yeah, I don't buy every cell phone. You know, you have great videos. Do you make anything with YouTube? No, I don't. Don't make any money with YouTube. You know, just don't have enough views or subscribers, however that works. Um, Let me see. So Brian said something about he has a kiosk. Somebody from a kiosk fixing his screens. See, the thing about fixing screens is, if you're gonna do that and do screen fixing, sell locally. Don't sell on eBay because if you think about it, if they're charging you $40 to fix a screen, and you sell it for, 300 bucks, it's gonna be your expenses are gonna be what you pay for the phone, the screen repair, and you're basically paying for that eBay fee. So if you're gonna do that, then do it and sell back locally, because you're not gonna really make too much money. You're not gonna make too much money doing repairs and then doing it. Any packages going to Florida this week? No, no. See, as of now, what I would do if I did get a package, I would message the seller, or excuse me, the buyer, and ask them, hey, do you want me to ship it? And if they say yeah, then definitely I'm definitely adding insurance to it. So yeah, I'll message them first because I don't want to send the phone out and then it doesn't get to them or something happens, and I could get a strike. I can hurt the business because they can tell me to do it, send it off, and I send it off, and then I don't add insurance, and then the phone gets water damage. It's so much stuff that can happen right now. Do you ever pay to have a phone on iCloud locked? Nope, I don't mess with getting it unlocked. It costs like 200 bucks, 200 plus to do all that. As far as carrier locked, yeah, I got a couple guys who I have one guy, who does most of my unlocks, but another guy who does sprint my sprint unlocks. So I usually get a decent price. He's like one of those guys he's like kind of a distributor. So people buy unlocks from him, and so I'm getting them from the source, but they're buying them from him. So he's gonna jack up the price for them, but he's just giving me the price where he's getting it, where he's barely making a profit really. What's a good price for carrier unlocks? All depend on the carrier and the phone. I've gotten a carrier unlocked from a for Sprint S8 S7s. They're only 10 bucks. To get your phone unlocked is 10 bucks. That's not expensive. So for iPhone 7 Plus for Sprint to get it unlocked is like 120. So it all varies from what phone you have and the carrier. So it's not like how it was back in the day where you could just get on get a code or whatever. You'd be able to back in the day, order an unlock code and then they'll give it to you. When do you require signature confirmation? Never. I never require signature confirmation, only because a lot of people who buy my phones are companies, and they don't have time to go to the post office if they miss the package. So, and that makes people mad as well. Like they'll say, "Hey, I got the package, not to go to the post office because I didn't come back from work fast enough." Can you buy the unlocks yourself and cut out the middleman? No, I don't. I mean, I don't know the source. I don't have the source. This guy's the source. He's like like one of the main sources, so he's distributing it out to people. But he doesn't charge me a lot, so I don't really I don't really care, and I don't really like use him for every phone. So my dog is acting crazy. He's having a dream. Get up. Anyway, yes, I don't use them too much. But when I do, I'll throw him 5 or 6 phones I need unlocked, and he'll get that done for you. Nope, don't unlock every phone. Thanks for all the questions, guys. Um, Trying to see if I missed it. Yeah, make sure you do all your. Yeah, well, like for the most part, people don't realize when they meet up with me how big I am. So, um, if they were going to probably try something, that they probably gonna throw that idea out the window. But yeah, I mean, always bring somebody with you. I meet inside, Starbucks or whatever, or gas station or something like that. So, you farthest you will drive all depends on the money that I'm gonna make. Do I still work? No, this is my full time job. So, doing cell phones is my full time job. So, uh, doing cell phone. I'm getting into Amazon soon. I'm doing private labeling, so um, I think I found a product already, but just waiting for the right time. Brian, I answered that question already. How much taxes do you pay, or is it a lot with this? It's not that much. It's not that much. You just gotta have everything. You just gotta have everything intact. Dang, bunch of questions. Do you only post ads in the morning? I post ads whenever. I switch it up. I don't like to post. Keep it. I don't like to keep it like that because then it just looks spammy posting at the same time every day. Richard, I have that video on my course on the best time to post ads. So there's different time frames that I go over and the benefits of it. So if you haven't checked that video out, check it out. Like how much percentage is about. Um, I don't know, guys. I don't want to get into all that. That's personal stuff. Um, can I sell a phone that has remaining balance? Yeah, I mean that's like bad. That's like bad ESN. So it's being financed. Um, so it's just being financed. People will just buy those phones to then unlock them so they can resell. Don't do FBA. Stick to your phones. It's too late to get involved with Amazon. Everything is gated. Yeah, I understand that. I'm gonna still do phone. I'm just trying to have more than one. I have like a couple streams of income, so I'm gonna have more than one. So if something else falls apart, then I have that that fallback. Why don't you unlock them? Just my personal choice. Unlocking takes time. Do you even bother with the seller and insist you to give them offer first? Yeah, I mean, I usually ask them first to see where their head's at, but if they ask me, I'll just be, 100% honest and give them a price. How many? How much will you pay for an iPhone? Trigger. Yeah, in my group, I had got a question from somebody that said, "How much do you pay for iPhones?" And I was saying that question was just dumb to me because it could be an iPhone 4 or an iPhone 7 Plus. So like, there's not one set price I pay for phones. Drop shipping on Shopify, and I'm Dominic. I'm not doing Shopify, but I'm gonna be doing some drop shipping as well. Um, so I'm just trying to find as many different streams of income as I can, um, so I can make as much money as I can. So I mean, phones are doing well. Um, I'm gonna probably do this for the rest of my life. So um, phones are doing well, but you just don't want to rely on one or two streams of income. It's always good to have multiple. Um, but yeah, just like Michael said, virtual assistants. So if you got the money for all this, I mean, you could do it. It's all good. Word of advice: get a second eBay account. I'm already on it, man. I got a second. I've had a second eBay account for about 2 years. Have you ever had to remove a bad feedback review? Yep. Buyer's remorse, which means if the buyer does not get their way or they're mad about a situation, they leave you feedback. Um, then I call eBay and say, look, this is what happened. they go over the messages and they realize this buyer is unhappy about something, so they leave negative feedback. Even when I tried my best to better the situation, so it's called buyer's remorse if they leave negative feedback and you get it removed. But I haven't had negative feedback in a while. eBay is really good on customer service. I never had an issue. Yeah, if you just call them, call them and tell them, let them know what's going on. They have never really failed me too much. There's a couple times where I had to give a refund, and accept and give a return, but for the most part, they're pretty solid. Dang, it feels like we've only been here for about 10 minutes, but it's going on 36. It's 36 minutes in. I got like 10 messages already from people for phones that I need to buy. Market about to be flooded with 7 no. What? I don't know what you mean. Where do you buy your phones? On different platforms. How do you post ads on OfferUp without them taking them down? Wording, guys. All about wording. OfferUp is pretty crazy. Um, it's just about wording and timing. So they have this like algorithm type deal where, if you post at a certain time, they're gonna flag you. But if you don't if you post at the right time, and then you have the right wording, it's all good. But OfferUp isn't the best in my area. I know it's good in San Diego. When I visited San Diego, that was one of my best time because OfferUp had I would get like 20 messages from there, I'd get 20 from Let Go, and I'd get like 40 from Marketplace. So that's the best thing. How do you find the right time in Los Angeles? So it's pretty. I don't know the right time for what. How do you find the right time? It's all experiment, guys. You guys gotta experiment with this stuff. It's good to ask questions, but it's also good to put it in effect and try it out for yourself first, so you can understand. You know, Idaho is different from New York. Idaho is different from San Diego. Idaho is different from LA. So what I tell you is is based off of my experiences, but it could be wrong. It could be I say, hey, post your ads at 9 o'clock. You'll be fine. For me, that works. If you realize, okay, my ads aren't doing anything from 9 to 12, but right at 12 they're booming. So why not post at 11 or 12? So it's all different. I'm just giving you guys like advice from my experiences only. So try it out. Try it out first, and then go from there. AS is gonna be a ton of iPhone 6 and 7s. This is why I love when new phones come out, guys. Take advantage of it. And then on top of that, people are gonna buy these iPhone 8s and stuff, and they're not gonna be able to pay for it because they're gonna be so excited to buying it. They're gonna realize their bill has been jacked up because they bought the new iPhone. 2 months later, they're gonna say, "Hey, I gotta get rid of this phone." So I love it when new phones come out. It's just the market just gets flooded with them. But I know now the iPhone 8 is like backed up like to even get it. What are you typically paying for sevens now? Um, for sevens, I mean, there's different prices, so you can't say what do I typically pay for sevens. Um, 16 gigabyte. What carrier is it? It all factors in appraising a phone. I could pay $50. I can pay $100. I can pay $400. It's all depends. Do you buy phones in bulk and singles? One at a time. One at a time, guys. I might buy 3 phones from one person. It could be And I bought a phone from a guy who he had his phone, his wife had a phone, and his daughter had a phone. So I bought all three from them. So it all depends. It's it's just, but it's most likely just one phone a piece. I don't buy in bulk. Hopefully I answered that for you. But yeah, I've paid $400 for a phone, for iPhone 7 Plus. Um, okay, that looks like spam. Brand new? No, not brand new. Paying 400 is not a lot for iPhone 7 Plus. Um, what was this one right here? This one right here. iPhone 7 Plus Verizon Unlocked. This is 128 gigabytes. You guys can see 128. Um, I paid four for this. You know, that's I can sell it for six. You know, so price, Demetrius price for some. You know, they're not buying your phones on eBay, and then this price either your price or your listing sucks, man. Um, you know, it could be both. How old were you when you started flipping phones? Um, hmm. I was 18. Saw a video on YouTube about a guy who was doing this, and just decided to start doing it. I had $100 when I first started, and went from there. Like I said, I was buying like you know um, Blackberries and stuff. That's how old it was. Big risk, big reward. Correct. Um, would you pay $100 for a locked iPhone Plus? No, I don't. If I don't know all the information, I wouldn't pay anything for it. How do you use a test SIM card when checking the phones? You just put the SIM card in and see if it's compatible. Yeah. So when people ask me like, "What do you pay for these? What do you pay for that?" Those like those questions are weird because it's like saying like, "All right, what do you pay for? Um, what do you pay for BMWs?" Like there are so many different models of BMWs that it's not just one number. So just like with phones, you can't say what do you pay for this because if I buy a BMW um, M5, or BMW M4, the prices are going to vary. This could be a sport. This one could have, it's all different factors when doing this stuff. So like what you pay for the phone, I'll pay for a phone, but that doesn't mean you'll pay the same amount. So our appraisals are going to be different. I might pay 50, you might pay 40. So it's all depends on the person. It's your business, guys. This is your business. You don't see um, you know, Target and Walmart talking like saying, "Hey guys, what are you charging for this? What are you charging for this item?" They're not, Target's not getting all their answers from Walmart. They're doing their own thing because it's their business. So us, you guys got to understand this is your business. You can charge whatever you want. You can say I pay $100 for these for iPhone 6s that are blocked. You can say whatever you want because it's yours. That is the perk about this business is you can do whatever. Ain't going on 45 minutes already. Yeah, iPhones are more popular, so they sell more than other phones. I'm saying like, do you have a scale like you like to make 75%? No, I don't. See, I don't do anything like that. It's just whatever I'm comfortable with paying, then that's what I go with. Um, there's like no formula that I use to decide a price. It's just quick appraisal. What do they go for on eBay? Take out all my fees and shipping, and then what am I willing to pay to make a profit? Is my question to myself. But you say your first choice in phone flipping isn't eBay. I don't understand that. Someone offered me 105 for an iPhone 5s. Would that be a good flip, or should I not buy because it has no SIM cards? Um, I'd say do your research first, man. The biggest mistake you can do is not do your own research first and then going about it. You can't just start posting ads and then just buying stuff, because then you're gonna start buying a bunch of phones that are iCloud locked, that are blocked, and you appraise them as good working condition phones. So do your research first. Get that down. But in my opinion, just for that question itself, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't touch it. Cause iPhone 5s are cheap now. What's up? What's up? So what is the good price for an i? My dog just woke up. What is the good price for an iPhone 6? Um, you gotta check. You have to check what these phones have sold for. Check to see what they sold for, and then adjust the price that way. It seems like it's too much anyway. 250. That seems like a high price. Do you attempt to sell phones locally first to avoid fees? Nope. They go straight on. They go on eBay and locally. So I'll post on, if they're in good condition. I'll post on both sites and go from there. Hmm. Let's see. About this probably gonna end this at an hour, so we're at 47 minutes, going on 48. So gonna end it when we hit that hour mark. So you guys can keep asking questions. Why don't you buy iCloud Lock but don't buy? Why do you buy? For iCloud Lock, I buy them because I know they work. First of all, I don't buy non-working because I don't know why it's not working. They could say I dropped it when in fact it could be water damaged. So I don't do that because I don't trust the person selling me the phone, what they say about the phone, because they're just trying to get the most they can out of the phone, and I understand that. So with iCloud Lock, I can look up stuff using the IMEI number. All the information that I need, I can look it up using the IMEI number. I am new to phone flipping, and I am having a hard time getting people to accept my offers. Any advice? Everybody wants top dollar for their phone. We understand that. We know that as phone flippers, we understand that. Um, like I said, your conversion rate will be low. You're gonna have messages all day. You might only buy two phones. Like that's part of the business. You just gotta make sure your profit on those two phones are good. You can't profit $10 a piece on each phone and only make $20 that day. You can say, all right, I'm gonna go and make $80 on this phone and then make 120 on this phone. So I bought two phones, but I made $200. Uh, so yeah, I don't know if I answered that for you, but it just, don't get discouraged when you don't buy a phone in 24 hours. Like, that's happened to me before. I haven't. There's times where I haven't bought a phone in 2 days, but that's why you have to be smart when you do come across a deal, because you can make, like I said, $100. You can make 140, 150 on one phone. So it makes up for itself. Post on my. Huh. Yeah, you got everybody. Everybody's gonna want top dollar for their phones. Everybody. I mean, just like how when we resell phones, we're trying to get the most out, most we can. So, that's what they're trying to do. So it's like you can't get mad. You can't get mad at people for doing that. You can't get discouraged because we do the same thing. We buy low, sell high. So that's part of that's what phone flipping is, or flipping in general. Buy low, sell high. So don't get discouraged by that stuff. That's stuff you shouldn't worry about. Yep. I was trying to get it for 40. He wasn't taking it. Yep. Just if you just you don't have to buy every phone. Just turn down some deals if you have to, and keep it moving. So we're going 9 minutes right now. Then he tried to sell me a five with no speaker for it. No, see, yeah, don't do that. That's not a good deal. Not a good deal. You're gonna come across people who I've had people who want to sell me their 5S's for $300. So you just gotta say okay, no thanks, and then keep moving, because you can't really talk to people like that, because then they're gonna they have a set price. They think their phone is valuable. They don't understand how things lose value after a while. They say, well, I paid 500 bucks for it, and I'm like, well, that was like 10 years ago, so it's not worth it anymore. My dog's acting weird. mm. Any more questions? How do you get new phones for a cheaper price? Uh, there's no formula for that. There's no formula for getting newer phones at cheaper prices. You just gotta be honest and offer them a price. And if they accept, then you're good. If they don't, then move on. But again, there's like nothing. I'm doing the right. I believe I have a formula that works. And getting leads and all that and checking everything, but it's kind of like I keep it so simple that it's hard for people to understand. They get kind of like how they say how, because I'm keeping it so simple, but it's working. So if it's working, why try to change it? Why try to do something else? That I don't know if it works or not. So keeping it simple in this business is gonna take you far. Um, what do you plan on doing with all the money that you're saving up? Trying to invest, man. I'm trying to get some investing going. Well, everybody who makes a good amount of money or has a good savings wants to get into real estate. Real estate is like the goal. The goal is to get into real estate, because real estate is like it's an investment, and there could be some huge returns on it. So um, I'm not. I don't think I have. I'm not. Buying $1 million home or anything. But um, just just small investments first, and then working my way up. What would you do as a beginner if you started with only 400 bucks? Let me see. What would I do if I had 400 bucks to start? To get that money up, I'd buy cracked iPhones. I target cracked iPhones, because you can buy with 400 bucks. You could buy about 3 or 4 iPhone six with cracked screens that they're still working but just cracked, and make like 50 bucks off of each one. So you could turn that 4 into 6 pretty quick. And everybody has a cracked iPhone laying around. Most people you see with iPhones that they're using, it's cracked. So they crack easily. They're slippery. This one right here, like, if you guys haven't seen it, this one's cracked. Um, Somebody just dropped it, and they're worth so much money, but they're frail. They'll drop from 2 feet and break like this. But buy these, man. Like I said, I bought this for 100 bucks, and I'm planning on selling it for 2. So, um, those are the best to buy. Buy cracked iPhones, best to buy. Does the phone work? Yep, the phone works as well. So I only buy working phones. I don't buy non-working phones. I used to buy ones that didn't work, but ended up getting returns from them because they had more than one problem. I thought it was just the LCD. They were water damage. Yeah, no problem, no problem. I'm just trying to get the word out. If a 6S is in good condition but has a bad ESN, how much do you think it is worth? All right, Demetrius, I'm gonna ask you that same question. So how much you think it's worth? How much do you think it's worth? I'm gonna ask you that same question because the thing is about when people ask me that question, I think about it like this. You guys should think the same. So if somebody asks me a question of what I would pay or how much is something worth, you're telling me that you probably didn't go and do your research, which is whatever for me. But at the same time, if you're getting the answers from me, um, then you're not learning. You're not getting better at this. So like if you were taking a test and for every test you got the answers, then you're not learning. First of all, you're not getting better. You're not getting better. So I want you to find the answer and then get back with me, letting me know that you at least tried, and then I'll give you my input. So that's how I do. That's how I do things. Even if you guys are in my group, you guys know when people ask me that question, I'll ask them the same question back, just so you can show me that you actually tried, and and then I'll help you after that. I want people to get to a point where they don't have to ask me for anything anymore. Like if people in my course, um, they might ask me a couple questions for the first 2 weeks or a week, and the next week they don't ask a question. The week after that they don't ask a question. I message them, ask them how things are going, and they're like, "Hey, I made so and so amount of dollars." So after a while, you kind of understand, you get it. So I want you guys to get it first. Get it. One, do you have a separate account for buying? Nope. Everything's all on my main account. Everything's on my main account. Can you answer my question? I don't know your question. Does the phone work? Yes, the phone works. And if you're talking about the negotiating question, I have 2 videos on negotiating that you could check out on my channel. And they're pretty detailed too. We got a minute and a half left. You got a minute and a half. Marketing strategies. Business cards, I guess. Just marketing is kind of like you gotta feel it out yourself. Some stuff may work for people, some stuff may not work. I've seen people who uh, had flyers and they handed out flyers telling them what they do or what service they offer. That may work for you. It's all about trial and error, I guess. Um, after a while, I get to the point where I'm getting messages from people who haven't replied to my ad, but know that I buy and sell phones. So they'll say, "Hey, you still buying phones?" And I'll reply, "Yeah. What phone do you have?" So once you get to a certain point where you're pretty known in your area, you're gonna get a lot of repeat customers, which is a perk because I get a lot of messages from people who haven't even seen my ad, but I've interacted with them before and they know I buy phones. So all right, so we're gonna go with the last question here. Last question for you guys, and I gotta go hit the gym. 333 on my end. Let's see who's gonna ask the best question. Let's see. Nobody has a question? No questions, huh? All right, the last question is how much you spend on gas? I don't know. I probably spend like $50 a week on gas. I have a not too much of an economy car, just a V6, but I drive a lot, so gas is no issue. But maybe like 50, no, maybe like 35, $40 a week. So yeah. All right, my battery is actually about to die, so thanks everybody for watching. Got a ton of questions answered for you guys. Hopefully I helped you guys. I'm gonna be going live a lot more. I'm trying to figure out a good day, but I'm gonna be going live at least once or twice a week for you guys. So stay tuned for more videos. And thanks for watching.